riding mountain bike trails, there are things you can do that are far more treacherous, but still, trail riding comes with its own set of dangers. From crashes to tire blowouts or flat tires on the trail, chain breaks. I've even had a stick lodge in between my spokes and cause a crash and break some spokes. Tales of brakes boiling over and causing a no brake situation, which is its own form of scary. But there's another scary that's even more scary, and it's invisible. It comes from up there. It's wind. Now, most mountain bike trails, not all, but most are surrounded by trees. They're in the middle of forest, some good hilly treed areas, and along with trees and wind come fallen trees. And yesterday we had 50-mile-per-hour gusts. So I came out today onto the trail looking for blown over trees. Now this is a long overblown. This has been here, heck, I believe years. But if this can blow over, and this can blow over, I spotted this on the trail. I never even thought about it, but this uprooted, so it blew over in wind or just fell over. And it's being held up by another small tree. And for, I guess, years, I've been riding under this. Never thought about that it could just collapse down. And with 50-mile-per-hour gusts yesterday, I thought for sure there would be way more out on the trail here blown down. But believe it or not, I'm at the midway point, and this is the most I found. And I don't know that all of these might have not been here for quite a while. I'll have to look at some old footage to see. A quick edit, because just a few minutes after I recorded what you just heard and what you're going to hear again, I was going down the trail and I found this. Blown over right in the middle of the trail, waiting to clothesline someone or maybe start a limbo contest. This clearly just uprooted because of the wind and laid across another tree. And look at this, my camera is at chest height. Yeah, that's where the limb was. And I decided I would be a good trail rider and try to clear this up myself, but I'm going to fast forward this because of the comedy of errors. That is me trying to work with the tree that doesn't want to cooperate. It wants to be there, limbo and all. Though this is proof that there are limbs just after our one windstorm yesterday on the trail waiting for unsuspecting riders. A lot of people, I've been guilty of this. I've crashed because of this, looking down at something. There were so many small twigs and limbs on the trail. If my GoPro would have cooperated, you would have been able to see them all. But that's what you get, and now back to where I was. There's a story and a reason that I didn't ride yesterday when it was 50-mile-per-hour gusts. And I'm going to take you to the spot. I'm going to tell you the story, and just think about it. Be careful on a trail, because all this stuff, every time you ride a trail, all this stuff that you see blown down, laying on the ground, all of that, obviously this big thing and all of its associated limbs and accompaniments, all of that has fallen down if someone happened to be under it. Okay, let me go to my spot. I'll tell you the story. I'm stopped here at the midway point on Wildwood, not the Ranger side, but the other side. I just call it the other side. I don't know that it has an official name. Well, I'm sure it probably does. But I'm here at the bench. The KevCentral sponsored trail is right over there with some magnets. If you ride Wildwood, look on the back side of that sign. You can get a magnet. I'm about to check and see if they need to be replenished. But there's the bench, there's the sign, here's the picnic table, and about where my bike is. And this was within the last year. I was standing about where I am right now holding the camera, and I was talking to my buddy Tanner, and you'll know Tanner if you watch this channel. Destroyed a Trek carbon frame mountain bike, at least the frame of the mountain bike. He was unhurt. Thank goodness he was unhurt. But Tanner crashed that bike, made a video out of it. It got quite a few views as a YouTube short. One of my few successful YouTube shorts. But Tanner was standing roughly where my bike is, actually just about right there over, and he had his bike in that orientation, the tire facing this way. So just imagine my bike right about there, and I'm standing here. We're just having a casual conversation. No, it was a windy day as far as I recall. This goes into the whole limb thing, because as I'm standing here talking to Tanner, I happen to hear a cracking up over my head. And for some reason, I just took a step back. Tanner took a step forward, and this large branch fell, and as I recall it, a few of the small little twigs brushed his rear tire. So if he wouldn't have stepped forward, it was a large branch, and I think it was bigger than this. But here's one branch that's in the area. So it could have been part of that limb that came crashing down, and he had had his bike, a new frame put on his bike. I think it was the first ride or one of the first rides with the new frame post crash. So imagine the limb falling and hitting the frame, had he had not, or even worse, him, but hitting the frame, try to do a double warranty claim. Can you imagine that? Yeah, crashed into a creek, snapped my carbon frame. You give me a new frame. Oh yeah, now a limb has fallen on it out of a tree. Yeah, so that is what happened it was a breezy day. It wasn't super windy, just a breezy day. So imagine all of these limbs that you see. It amazes me that it doesn't happen more often. I have been riding many, many times and had a branch fall off beside me, just kind of off into a trail, into these trails. But all of these twigs, everything that you see, look at those big limbs, big trees, complete trees that have fallen. All of that has came down within feet, sometimes inches, sometimes in the middle of the trail. And that's why I came out here today, because we had 50-mile-per-hour gusts yesterday. I thought for sure there would be a tree laying across one of these trails. I've came out over the years. Myself, some buddies, we've had to cut up a few trees. Now the trails are maintained by a crew, but we've had to, can you see, they've done some work there. We've had to cut up some trees before, and I've had to report some here recently that have fallen, or within the past couple of years, that have fallen. I don't recall anything super recent. Just think about that. It's a hidden danger riding trails. The moral I'm getting at here is if it's super windy, that might be a day to work on your bike. That might be a day to do something else. Ride in a more open area rather than being underneath all of these projectiles just waiting to crash down on you. That would not be good. Thought I would make a video about that. I haven't seen anyone talk about it before. Trail riding, so many dangers, so many things that can go wrong. I've probably had all of them that can be self-induced go wrong. Don't want Mother Nature to be gunning at you too. So what do you think? Do you ride when it's windy? Do you care? Do you send it either way? Let the fates decide. Comment below and let me know. Thank you so much for watching KevCentral. I hope you're subscribed. If you haven't, please do so. And if you are subscribed, you might just think you are. Check again, because there have been mass unsubscriptions all across YouTube from people that regularly watch channels and will find that they're mysteriously unsubscribed from the channel they watch every day that they might even still be getting notifications on. So check your subscription status. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's still unhealthy. I'm gonna have to replace this because they don't make seal kits for them. I have looked. I'm gonna have to replace this suspension seat post, but I think I'm gonna ride it until enough dirt gets in there that it affects anything. And I'll just try to keep it clean, and we'll see how long it goes, because I don't want to buy a whole new seat post that's working just because of a little dust seal. One still here waiting to be claimed. A good thing too, because I actually checked, I forgot to bring some, and I forgot to bring a button. Someone has claimed the button.